All right, welcome to this planner walkthrough. Today I'm super excited to show and share with you, January through June months of this memory planner. Okay, so up on the HeidiSwapp.com blog, September 27, 2018, there is going to be, if there isn't already, a planner post. And I've answered several questions that have come in about my planner process and what have you. So I go into some detail on there. This video is basically a complement to that blog post. So if you're watching on my YouTube channel, there should be a link to that post. I'd love for you to check it out. If you are watching in the Heidi Swapp blog, well, you're already there. So thank you for joining me and as I walk you through my planner. Okay, so as you can tell, I have used for my memory planner this year, the classic size gold glitter planner. This is part of the Fresh Start collection, and I have super loved using this particular planner. Throughout this planner, I have used the sticker books that have been part of the Fresh Start collection, and there are a couple of themes here as well as several sets of washi tape that I have used throughout this year. And one that I'm especially fond of, though, is the Heidi Swapp sticker book. This is a very large book with over 1,500 stickers in it. So that's a lot of what is inside, as well as my own curated type items. All right, and as you can see, I am using the classic gold glitter planner. I tend to prefer the larger format planner for the memory type of planning that I do, and that might make more sense as we go along. So what I want to do today in this walkthrough is to share how much I have filled in over the last 9 months. These are basically 9 months worth of memory keeping in this type format. I want to talk about, I don't know if I said already, but January through June is what I'm going to share with you today. A couple of things I want to point out is just some techniques that I use inside this planner, as well as how shall I say, how I've evolved through the months, as well as how consistent I have stayed through the months. You're going to see things repeated over and over again. That's just how it works out for me. So let's start here with January. I have a lovely friend who sends me beautiful cards, and I like to add them to my planner. It adds to some of the bulk, but that's okay. I just punch holes and add them right into the binding. I'll show you other ways that I hold on to pieces of ephemera, if you will, throughout as we go through these pages. So the dashboard, a super important place for me. This has definitely evolved through these months of using this planner. You're going to find that this has become sort of a bulletin board of inspiration for me. And this is where here in February, and I'm jumping ahead of myself, but that's okay. Here in February, that started taking more shape. And so I'll talk about that as we go as well. Then, of course, in all of Heidi's planners, you start with this dashboard type page, and then it immediately goes into the monthly spread. And the monthly spread is kind of tricky for someone who isn't necessarily using this as a life planner or a day-to-day planner. But if you're using it as a memory planner, I think sometimes this month page is like, what am I doing here? I have finally come to the point of, and I talk about this in that post a great deal, of how I just put all the things in here, all the different things that are happening every day of our life, whether it's someone's dance event or it's a club event that we're part of, if we're going on a hike, if it's someone's birthday, here was CHA that I was gone at, here was an activity for one of my other kids, here is, having people over, there was a date night. So it's just a real great synopsis of the events through a month. And it's a one bird's eye view of it. So I have learned to really love this page. It kind of ebbs and flows in how it looks and how full it gets. You're going to see some months not as full as other months, and that's okay too. So my page, this is the daily, I call these the daily pages. So in this particular planner, you had Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and you had the full length, or rather width of the page. Then Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday were down here. And that's how this formatted. So I didn't always necessarily stay in the day that I was writing about. These pages, while very often, what happened here, it's all right there, but very often they're very fluid, and the whole page spread gives a whole feel of what occurred in a month's time. So just to point out a couple things here. Here's Heidi's stencil, and I've stenciled some words in here. I've added some clear stickers. I already showed you all the sticker packs. So when I refer to stickers, more than likely it's in one of those sticker books. There's my own journaling, more stickers, my own journaling, more stenciling. This is an interactive piece and an element that I use quite a bit throughout this book. Photos are on almost every page, I think. That's a good, maybe they're not. And then capturing bullet point list, or documenting an event, or throwing down a quote. That is basically the gist of all my pages. Same thing. Now, something that started to evolve here, I want to point this out and I'll point this out at every page. I did this a lot. I started to write a bullet point synopsis of what was going to happen, what needed to happen in a week on Monday. So Monday was like my fresh start. This is where it started. This is how the rest of the week flowed. It came from here. I always had a beginning. And so another thing that I would like to point out, and there's another page in here I would like to point that out on. So I'll come back to that thought here in a moment. More interactive hidden journaling. Photos, 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 photo heavy, because we were all in Phoenix for Creativation. And some of my pages, as you will see, just get really journal heavy. And I like all my pages. I like when they're kind of scant and not as much is going on. I like when I have journaling everywhere. Each page and each month just really kind of has its own vibe. Okay, now we're in February. You can see here, I've got another card there. And this is where I started including Heidi Swapp's 2018 X. This was a monthly prompt of photos and words and quotes that you can find on HeidiSwapp.com. You can find under 2018 EX. You can click on that link at the top of her page. And this was a great way to give a month of focus on a word, on an activity, on an approach to life. On this dashboard here is, again, where I started evolving a little bit more to having this real powerful kind of big type of feel. So obviously it's February. You are loved. It's kind of the focus of the month. That is kind of a little bit of a theme that I started picking up on my dashboard, to have like a focus point of a motivational, inspirational jumping off place. So my dashboard basically is sort of a bulletin board of inspiration. Very often I'll save this place here for a quote, something I've recently read, something I don't want to forget. I want to have record of it, which is what we do with the planner, is making record of things. And then very often this spot will be also sort of a mindset growth place. These were some creative goals I had. And then this spot here, in this particular planner, there's a to-do rectangular space, if you will. And I almost always made this like a bullet point of all the things that were going to go on in the month or things I had to accomplish. Again, it's just a real good snapshot of the feels of this month. All right, another month spread. Added clear stickers throughout the days, more stenciling, some hand lettering and sketching. Lots of stamps. I love the stamps. I have them included right here. Actually, we can look at them right now. These were stamps that were part of this collection this year, and there's 3 of them, and I use them all quite a bit. I just love all the icons and the call to attention that these stamps would provide on a page. This page has several interactive pieces I want to point out. And, sometimes I heard it said recently that, 80% of one's life should be pursuing the good and looking for the beautiful and resting and doing the things that bring a certain sense of peace and happiness. And that there's going to be like 20% of pain in our life. And I really appreciated hearing that, but you shouldn't have the reverse. You shouldn't really have 20% of happiness and 80% of just living in the pain. I say that because sometimes you have things that are going to go in your planner that you don't want just the whole world just to immediately see. So very often I will have hidden journaling, and that will hold maybe something I just need to vent out, something that just needs to get out there in my own personal space. But I don't want it just to open it up and, oh, look at Mom was having a bad day. So I will utilize hidden journaling. Nothing too different here. Again, you're going to see I highlighted the week with these bullet points and lots of photos. I want to talk about, as we go through these pages, and this is in more detail on my post about this planner, the type of journaling that you're going to find in here. And this is probably a really good page to give you that example. And I probably actually utilize this on every page I have. So I already talked about the Monday, and I love this stamp here because it says weekly plan. And it's exactly what I would do. Here's the plan. Another aspect of my journaling would be just telling a story. Lots of storytelling here. Another way I would utilize writing in my journal is with bullet points. And like this day, I would just happen to be a day I just kind of put everything into synopsis form, and this is what happened. Didn't really have a whole lot to say about it, but I wanted to have record of it. Another thing that you're going to find in my planner is whether I print something off from Pinterest or Instagram, or if I find a quote and I type it up and I make that a part of my planner as well. And those usually are found here on these daily pages. All right, now we find ourselves in March. And here's a good example. My friend Maggie Massey, she's on the Heidi Swapp media team, and she did a post and it included this printable. So I printed it and I added it to my planner. I just love the whole vibe. The best time for new beginnings is now. So true. Same thing. I had sort of a bullet point here list of some creative and brand, not so much goals, ways I wanted to implement going about some things. And then here's my list of the different events that were going to be happening in this month. This month was pretty full. You're going to see here on my monthly page, everything from washi tape, stickers, more stickers. You're going to see this little printable everywhere. That's Maggie's printable again, and that's when it came out. A photo of what I'm currently working on, photo of what the weather looks like outside, some of these great clear stickers in Heidi's signature handwriting that highlights an event, and then just some even journaling here right on the days of the month as well. This month started over here. I'll talk later on about a blank page. But I just jumped right into this page. I didn't even worry about that. I just left it blank, and that's okay. Oh, there's Maggie's printable again. A weekly page with bullet points and stickers, washi tape, images from online, photos of my own people. Sometimes filling in a space. If I don't have much to say, I'll just put a creative piece in there. Treat this like a scrapbook page and just add layers and embellishments. Pretty heavy journaling here as I was away on a trip with my daughter, and just wanted to fill in all the things. And this is my birthday. I'm going to say something here, and then we'll walk through these pages a little quicker after this. When Heidi Swapp first came out with her memory planner, I want to say 5 years ago now. So the first one that she came out with, beautiful spiral bound book. So you open it up and it was just one singular page is where all the whole month was going to be on. And that had a lot to say for it. It was really a lot of fun to work through that type book. But one of my goals was to make sure I took a family picture of all of us at least once a month. So every month of that year, I have a family photo. And now that I've got a kid who's already moved away, I've got another one who's moving away this next year. And I'm realizing as I look at this picture, oh my word, how awesome it was to have those photos and documenting life as a nuclear family for that time, because I don't have it anymore. I won't ever have that again. I cannot emphasize enough, guys, how precious these pages, these words, these motivational stickers, they're just so important. You just can't underestimate how awesome these pages are and the photos that are found in them. All right, April, dashboard page, monthly page. I haven't talked about this too much as we've gone, but I've tried to make some sort of focal point for that particular month's 2018X. So here it is here. I printed and this just trimmed out the Explore More. All right, I talked earlier how I'll add ephemera. Sometimes I'll just punch holes in it and just stick it right in my book. Here I made a vellum envelope, mink glue pen and the mink foil, and I created the artwork on there, and then I put inside here some other pieces that I wanted to hang on to, but didn't necessarily want it on my actual pages. So that's one way to add ephemera to your planner without taking up space on the planner pages itself. All right, now we're in May. I have the Exchange 2018 right here on the very front. Again, didn't always do that, but very often I did. Dashboard page, the monthly page, and then we're going to get into the weekly pages. And as I'm going through here, I'm noticing, yes, I do put quite a bit of photos in my planner pages. Also started getting a little brave and using some hand lettering and just playing with some different handwritten fonts just to add some interest and to continue to make it very much mine and very customizable, I guess, or customized, I guess you could say. So this ends May. And the thing that happened here, as we go into June, again, dashboard page, monthly page. What happened here was, so June started on the 1st. So that's a Friday. June started on the 1st. Did you see what I did there? June started on a Friday. The 1st was way late in the week. So start over here, way down here on this page. So what I did is I just drew on my own scrappy page approach and made this page just basically a quote page. I have made this a sort of scrapbook page before, and that's just a lot of fun just to add some interest. And then I just went ahead and started my month right here. I didn't want it completely blank and just to start here, so it's just an option for filling in some of your pages like that. As we finish up here, this is June. I've added the 2018 X printable right there. I added one of my kids' postcards from an event they were in. And yes, friends, I do have photos on every page. Whole lot of hand lettering here and mixed fonts here. I just had fun with that. And it's not perfect by any means. Can't probably see it, but it's full of mistakes. But I really like the effect. And so I would encourage you to be brave with your hand lettering and play in there. Okay, so this is a fun page to show you an example of something I do address in the blog post. And that is, I did not fill in some pages here, but I have Post-it notes for exactly what needs to go there. So even though this is way back in June, and as I'm going through my book, I'm like, oh, wow, what do you know? I did not finish those pages yet. I can finish them because I've made notes, and the notes are sitting right exactly where I need those entries to be. And so I will just do that next time I have a chance. Probably next time I work in my planner, I'll go back and I will fill in these spaces. Okay, and that covers January to June. And that was my walkthrough of this year's planner. And again, just want to reiterate, if you're on YouTube, you can click down below to get to the HeidiSwapp.com post where I talked about this planner and answer some questions fairly specifically and have a whole bunch of photos that you can look at as well. That being said, if you have any more questions, if you would like to see anything else, something I missed or I didn't explain very well, just drop me a note here below in comments and I will get back to you. Thank you so much for walking through my planner with me. I hope above else that you're inspired to keep a memory planner, that you're inspired to do and I guess take the effort to make it happen, because it does take effort. It does take time. I hope that you get the feel from me that this is a very special book full of very special memories and you will never regret putting these down on paper. Go tell your story.